Okay, folks, I'm here with Foreign Racks, and he took was second place with Big Mom, and I need you to talk me through this because I don't understand why this is a thing. So let's start from the beginning.
First and foremost, Big Mom, Charlotte Linland, leader. This is it's a real deck. I think
It's a real deck, yeah?
It's a real deck. I think it's more versatile than Katakuri, so that's why I played it. That's why
What do you mean by versatility? What do you mean?
So everything you draw, you can use it to do something. Like nothing is ever a brick. Like Katakuri, if they draw their triggers, they're counters now. Well, Big Mom, you can put it in your life.
Right, her ability.
So,
right, the last
you
two.
get to do it. Yeah, she was. I just feel like the versatility makes it better to every matchup. Every matchup that you're playing that's not yellow, and specifically Katakuri, everything that you put in your life, you're gonna get it because nobody else can steal life from you except another yellow deck. So you should be fine.
That's fair.
With everything you play in there. With that being said, we'll get into it. Of course, you got to start off with the 4 put in. That's the searcher of the deck.
Okay.
It just searches everything for real. I went 3 of the Strusen because for the 1-drops, in case you run into like Zoro or Law, it's just KO to make it a little tough on them to try to win. This right here, Gallet or Galet, whatever her name is, it's just a blocker. I didn't know what to play. Like, there's a few flex spots. So
Okay.
you can play the more 4 for 6, like 4 for 6
The
characters.
Eggman guy? Okay.
To challenge Whitebeard, that's all it is. Most of the times I just play it to force red decks to play Marco. So it just really just skips their turn.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, because it's the same concept. Like even against red decks, I just played this just to force you to kill it, and then you just didn't do nothing your turn. You probably swing with your leader for 5, and then my counter is easier. And if you don't kill it, then I get value. I block the first attack you get, or the first real attack, I guess.
That makes sense.
Sanji here this is just another 2K. I don't ever play it. People who play this card in set 4, I don't understand it. You'll never get value off of this. Like on your turn 2, you want to be doing real things. So even if you go first, you go to 1-3 curve, you're not playing this. If you go second and you play this, your following turn you're at 4 Dawns. You want to be putting like bigger bodies on the board, so you'll never attach Dawn to Sanji to swing. So it's just in the deck as a 2K counter.
Okay.
Then we went per Sparrow that pretty much searches everything when it dies. This is a good card to have value. It helps you get to your bigger bodies. This is just another searcher.
Do you ever feel like people avoid killing Sparrow?
Only the red decks, only like the aggro decks, they avoid this because like they don't need to kill it and they can just rush you down and then put you down and then you have to figure out how to answer them rather than they have to answer you.
Makes sense.
So the red decks, you can, so what I usually do against red decks, I would flood the board with them. So now at a certain point, if I have like 2 of them swinging, they're like, okay, I got to kill one of them. You get value. By the way, this is like a trigger happy deck. Like this is heavy on the triggers. So I went 3 of the Brûlée. I wanted to go 4, but it's no value in like drawing it against red decks. And your toughest matchup is Whitebeard and Blue Nami. But Blue Nami is not a real deck.
Take out the Gillette for another Brûlée, or just because you have a turn 2 Marco thing?
Yeah, Gillette is just a 2 cost that you can play. In a mirror match, it's pretty good too. It's nothing they can do. Like mirror or any yellow deck, is nothing Katakuri can do about this. They just have to swing and hope that you use it, or unless they thunderbolted, and then thunderbolting this just feels bad. I guess. Bay, the Capone. This is like negate attack, but like we don't have to, as when you play Big Mom, you don't have to max out on it because like you can put it in at any given time.
That's fair.
And this card right here, I don't like it. I don't like it because every other trigger in my deck is useful. So like if I have to pitch a trigger, it feels like I'm doing something bad. So that's why I only played 1 because like in the instant that it does come up, like in Knoxville, I played against a Whitebeard in a side event, and it finally came up, and then he had 1 chopper, 4 cards in hand, and I had the Big Mom. I was like, I'm about to go for game. And after I played this, then I pitched a Dawn, and I did all of that. I pitched a trigger to like rest the blocker, and then I swing. He had exact counter. So like If this was cheaper, it would have made. I don't really like it, but it's utility, I guess.
Okay, that's fair.
That's why I only play one, because if it comes up, it comes up. Cracker, I max on Cracker, so I'm playing a trigger heavy build. So you hit my life, I get something. Sanji, you play yellow deck, you play 40s. That's just people don't like this, but I just like having a 5K body off trigger. It's just something
And
to
she
do.
bumps up, doesn't she?
She buffs up when you have life. You can take your life, and in certain instances when you're running away with the win, like you're so far ahead, you can just use her ability and take a life, and then play around like Yamato's or cards that says like when your opponent has a certain amount of life. This plays around that.
Interesting.
This 4 for 6 category, I wanted more 4 for 6, and I played 1-in-1 with the Baron because this one, of course, it has the counter attached to it, but this one gives me information. This could have been
you're
like
not searching or looking at their life as much.
Yeah, it's like it's a trade-off, but it's not that one is better than the other. It's just like what you're trying to do, you have to choose, and I just choose like information. Same thing with why I play one of the Power Mochi. People don't play this card, but it's just 1 for 2, and then you get to search. You just look at your opponent's life or look at yours. Sometimes you just do it just to get the knowledge early.
So this is how you gain the knowledge. So Katakuri is built the knowledge you use with like 2 utility cards. So that.
It's like I'm trying to be a pseudo Katakuri and maintain what Big Mom does.
Oh, okay. So your aim is to get information when you need it, instead of always trying to find it.
Yes.
But then also stack your life for what you need, so you don't need to know your life.
I really don't.
So since you're playing, since you're playing Big Mom, you don't need to know what your life is because you're going to put it there anyway.
You're going to manipulate it anyways.
And you have 2 cards, and then including the signs, so technically 5 cards if you need to look at your opponent's life.
Yeah.
But like, do you need to know the information all the time? No. I guess
You
okay.
don't. Because like I built it based on my worst matchup, which is Whitebeard, and like it's no point of trying to see what Whitebeard got going on. They take it anyways.
It's probably a 2K.
So every time I play this against Whitebeard, I look at my own life. I just want to see what I got going on. And it's just a 4 for 6, something to fight Whitebeard with. Shiroshi is just another trigger. We went trigger happy on this one. 5 for 7. This could have been 2, but I wanted to play one of the Big Parasparrow because my friends convinced me that it's good against Whitebeard. Me personally. I didn't play against Whitebeard today, but I did play yesterday. I played yesterday against a Whitebeard at another store championship, and it did not come up. I'm lying. I had both in my hand, and I played this one instead.
So you have the extra dollar.
And it stayed on the field the whole game. Because Whitebeard, they just ignore it sometimes. Unless they have like an ace, they're going to try to kill it, but I guess he didn't have ace. But I just think this is too expensive. I'd rather just play this and just every turn just dedicate 1 Dawn if I want that 8K swing anyways, but that's just my call.
Okay.
I wanted to play 3 of this, but I cut one of these down so I can play some more versatility, and I can't remember where I cut the play. It might have been this. I want to play more of these. I like this card. I do not like a drop Katakuri. Yeah. I don't like it as a card. One,
you're always adding life to this.
Yeah, the only thing it's good for is like removal, but like then again, like I said, your toughest matchup is Whitebeard, and I don't want to give Whitebeard a life.
Yeah.
I was play testing with my friend before the event. I did this and I put his thatch in life, and then he drops the 9-beard, and now he has the 9-beard with 3 lives, and it was so I lost that game, so it didn't make sense. Big Mom. There's an argument for 4, but I don't think 4 is needed. If you can force your opponent to redirect their attacks to like this and put in, you'll get to it eventually.
Yeah.
Just like, don't panic. Big Mom is coming. You're gonna see at least one mommy is coming. You'll be fine. If like you start the game, put in and like depending on you go first or second, just get what you need at the moment. You'll get to Big Mom. You'll be fine. Trust me. This is a tech. It's a flex spot for a tech because
that's the power emoji.
Yeah.
Right,
so
look at life. Yeah.
It's basically the how to top an event strategy. We stole it from Yu-Gi-Oh. It's choose a good deck. Step 1, choose a good deck. Step 2, play optimal, and step 3, tech choices. And it works. And like it could come up. So this is just the knowledge game we're playing here. We're trying to be pseudo Katakuri leader. This is just like I lost to this in a side event at in Knoxville. And I was like, and the dude was like, I only play one. And I was like, sure. And then I was like, let me just play the one. And then it comes up sometimes.
That's your radical beam. That's it, one of. 2 to 5, yeah.
And Thunderbolt is your jet pistols. But Big Mom, you get it for free. You don't have to pay the life. Unless you're already winning and you just want to close out the game, then you just do it, pay the life, kill the blocker, and then
yeah, because you can just put it into your life, and just know, oh yeah, that's kind of annoying.
Yeah, in the finals, I put it in my life, but my opponent, he made a good call and he just dropped the Big Mom first and he trashed it. It was a good call, but if he didn't, there was one turn where I counter out when he had his only body was the 4 for 6. Opera. He had an Opera on the field, and I was thinking to myself, I was like, let me just take this life. It might be a Thunderbolt. It was a Thunderbolt. But I counter out. I didn't find out it was a Thunderbolt until later in the game. Yeah. And I ended up hitting, I think it was a blocker. I ended up hitting a blocker instead, but he kept that Opera on the field for too long. That was my fault. I did that to myself. And that's just the deck, man. Just trigger happy. It's basically still kind of like the set 3 version where you just play triggers and count 2K counters, and then you just slap some text in there, which is just 1, 2.
I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right?
That's true. That's true. But that's pretty much the deck right there.
Nice.
So your worst matchup is just Whitebeard and Blue Nami. You'll be fine. Like
Blue Nami's everybody's worst matchup in a sense.
But I learned how to beat Blue Nami. Just go white. Just play small bodies. The 5K is going to demand a card out their hands. You'll be surprised you swing at a Blue Nami for 5K and they give you a love beam and you'll be like, wow, it's just what it is. I had to learn that matchup. It was a little tough. Whitebeard, you got to get a little lucky. Yeah, Whitebeard, you have to either rob them for a life with this, or when you get to 10, you just rob them for a life. You have to rob them for at least 1 life. If you make them get all of those cards, they get maximum value off of everything. So sometimes I just don't swing a whole turn. I just don't swing against Whitebeard and just play defense. And then in the end, when they're no longer getting 2 cards per turn, they get 1 card per turn, you can like take your time, pace them, and then you can win. Well, that's pretty much it. That trigger Big Mom.
Trigger Big Mom. Okay. All right. Yeah, it's solid work.
Yeah, granted, I only lost in the final because he saw 3 Big Moms and I saw 1. And that's just how the game goes.
Looking terrible.
Yeah.
Like if I had a second Big Mom, because he dropped his, because I went first, he dropped his on his 10, then I dropped mine, and then he dropped his again, and I just didn't have a second one.
So that would have been Big Mom for Big Mom.
It would have been Big Mom for Big Mom, and then like, and I at that point,
for Birkin.
At that point, I think we were at even life. If I get the second Big Mom, I go 4 and put him back down to 2.
Yeah.
And then like he has to play a little bit more careful. I can afford to take damage because I have more life. And then the third Big Mom, he just got it late game, and then he just closed out with it. When I had 2 life left, he just robbed me of the Thunderbolt, and then it was like, that was it.
So is that the argument to add the 4th Big Mom?
I don't believe 4 Big Mom. I just believe the triggers can just stop your opponent from getting there. Like, it should never, ever go to late game. 1 Big Mom should be enough. 1 Big Mom plus these big bodies should be enough. Like, second, sure, but.
So why no, like, 1 of Yamato? I've seen that. The 1 Yamato. Because it adds the life, right? And then
it doesn't search and it doesn't kill the cards I want to kill. Like
okay.
I'm not trying to use Yamato to kill a 4-drop. I'm trying to kill like a 7-drop or something. If the card doesn't do that for free, I'm not doing that. And that's what these do for free.
I'm thinking like if you take out the Katakuri, 1 Katakuri for Yamato. Maybe.
I really want to play 1 8-drop Katakuri, but you just need to, because sometimes, like, when you search off a put-in, you search something else, and this might be a part of that, and it ends up to the bottom of the deck, and then you might need it later on.
Fair.
And then you just don't want to rob yourself of not having it. That's my warrant for every card that you see 2 copies of. I just don't want to like have to search one and bottom another one and don't have it.
Yeah, fair.
I don't, except this card. I don't care. If I bottom it, I don't care about this card. This card's a bad card. Don't let anybody lie to you. That card is very bad. Don't play it. And don't play this either. This is just a tech choice. This is just for me playing the knowledge game. Don't play that. Don't play this. This was just a gamble. Like, I would not play this card again. It was a gamble. I just tried it. It was a try.
Fair enough.
Yeah, so what are we not playing again? We're not playing these cards.
So you're taking these up to that.
These are gone. These are gone. I might play a third, and maybe another 4 for 6.
I told him to take that blocker out.
You told him to take it out? So you told him to take it out?
He
I told him a long time ago to take that card. It's terrible.
He
Take
ain't
it
listen?
out.
He did tell me to take it out, but
ain't
I didn't
listen?
have time to like do math and figure out what to take. When we were playtesting before the event, I only got one match in, and then we just they have like several matches in. I only got one, and I didn't even get to see if it was good enough to play or bad enough to play. And
That's it. We both got the winner card though.
we got it. We got the.
Two different scores.
I only got one. So.
I don't get a deck profile because I'm terrible and couldn't do nothing here.
Hey man, hey, it's just the bad blood of the blood. That's
Bad cards, bro.
All right,
Oh,
Mr. Rax. Oh, what we got?
oh yeah. Play Blue Dofi.
Blue Dolphin?
Blue Dofi is the way to go.
If you believed in yourself, you played the Blue Dolphin.
You're right. I'm playing it for my next champion. I don't think I have any more this one.
I'm just gonna play Zoro from now on.
Zoro is definitely
We'll
the
go
call.
back to Zoro.
But you
Yeah.
did you leave it wrong?
All right. Well,
Hold on. I gotta double check it a second. Let's do it.
Mr. Rax
Oh,
got. Oh, here we go.
we're sponsored now, so
Oh. The Bloodhaven boy.
we're sponsored on Bloodhaven Boys.
Yes, sir.
You know, get your deck box. I forgot.
Your 2K not wow.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put my deck box on.
Boom.
I'm gonna show it off.
Let's
Dueling
do it.
guard.
Let's do it. Dueling guard.
Yeah. Oh, you want to what you got?
There you go. You show
Which one is this?
JJK.
Oh yeah, the jutsu. Was it jujutsu? Jujutsu kind?
sir.
An anime I have never seen.
Oh, you're missing out.
Yeah.
Great anime.
Never watched it.
Great anime. One of the best.
Oh yeah.
All right.
I mean, dude's like